This is your own boy, DJ Iwo. I'm back with reality. Don't we are suffering off. You need to step down. Come on, we are step down. You're suffering too much. You need to step down. Don't fucking go, step down. You can't get here. You need to step down. Go back to bed, step down. Nowhere to go. You need to step down. Come on, we are step down. No money in the bank. You need to step down. Don't fucking go, step down. For taking people, you need to step down. Go back to bed, step down. To get full of war, you need to step down. Come on, we are step down. Liberian people suffering, you need to step down. For fucking clothes, step down. Everything like proper, you need to step down. Go back to bed, step down. We now get hospital, you need to step down. Come on, we are step down. We now get boost school, you need to step down. For fucking clothes, step down. No element for children, you need to step down. Go back to bed, step down. No cool company, you need to step down. Come on, we are step down. You working, you get to pay, you need to step down. For fucking clothes, step down. Every day you take a pay, you need to step down. Go back to bed, step down. No justice for the poor, you need to step down. Come on, we are step down. Every day, come and repeat, you need to step down. For fucking clothes, step down. Because they get power, you need to step down. Go back to bed, step down. You're suffering poor people, you need to step down. Come on, we are step down. Retire, report for you need to step down. For fucking clothes, step down. You say you form a player, you need to step down. Go back to bed, step down. No football and killing me, you need to step down. Come on, we are step down. People dying every day, you need to step down. For fucking clothes, step down. JFK to pack, you need to step down. Go back to bed, step down. Education very poor, you need to step down. Come on, we are step down. You don't have a feeling, you need to step down. For fucking clothes, step down. Go good healthcare, you need to step down. Go back to bed, step down. You know I say the truth, you need to step down. Go back to bed, step down. Come to get here, come to get here. Everybody go you crazy. We tire what we are, we tire what fucking pro. Back to me suffering, them rider suffering, kick rider suffering, Yana go suffering. What to get here every day. No more Galpohkpa, no more fucking pro. You need to step down. Come on, we are step down. No, we are suffering off. You need to step down. Don't fucking clothes, step down. You're suffering too much. You need to step down. Go back to bed, step down. You can't get here. You need to step down. Come on, we are step down. Nowhere to go. You need to step down. Don't fucking clothes, step down. No money in the bank. You need to step down. Go back to bed, step down. For taking people, you need to step down. Come on, we are step down. To get full of war, you need to step down. Don't fucking clothes, step down.
Liberian people is a unity, all we want. And to let freedom reach my world, all over Liberia. Liberia, this is Liberia. Liberia, struggle.
We have to struggle to survive. We will never kill somebody to survive. And we will never go stealing to survive. But we will struggle on our own.
Many people struggle,
But they never reach the wonderful day. Many people fight it over, but they never reach the wonderful day. For you and I, don't reach the wonderful day. Boys and so you can never pick and choose. Oh, they laugh Papa God, you'll never pick and choose. It's way for you, you'll do it for me. But no one knows tomorrow. For money down beside, Abisa. For money down beside. Check for money down beside, Abisa. Every minute, people get it.
our people say, coronavirus, yeah, always watch your hands, never shake your hands.
Yeah, our people say coronavirus, yeah. Always wash your hands, ever shaking hands.
Our people say,
Coronavirus.
Leadership is key. Leadership is key. Leadership key. Leading Liberia is key. Leading Liberia right is the key. Ellen Johnson, Sally failed. Ellen Johnson, Sally failed. She told us to lead. That is the key. She failed Liberia. She never led us well. She brought us shame and disgrace in every front. Ellen Johnson, Sally failed. Ellen Johnson, Sally failed. Liberia's going down on the George Ria. Ellen Johnson, Sally failed. Now we need a leader who we can trust. Who is that leader? Attorney Commander Chesson. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men and women. Welcome to Attorney Commander Galpohkpa Chesson Talk Show. Today, we rise to a new day of what the hell to expect. Today, let me get out, is the 7th of May 2021. Excuse me, I got all the lights shining in my eyes, so sometimes when it's not my lesson, I gotta read these small things I go off, huh? So let's get in my lesson. We got plenty to talk today. First of all, I want to give an advice to my Republican Americans. I know you people are on a new path, which you think is right. I know you people are following Donald Trump because he has always been an icon that represents wealth, prosperity, Americanism, whatever you may call it. But deep under the core of this whole thing is just deception. Deception. And I told you it yesterday. This whole thing about Donald Trump, the insurrection, everything that's going on now, is all around football and big money. And one group of people betting against the other and losing. And now they want their money back. So how to get it back? Put Donald Trump there to stir up the racism. Because he's been behind this thing the whole while. Why would Donald Trump call the footballers sons of bitches? Why would he do that? There's got to be a reason. Why has the footballers been the target of the president of the United States of America, for the former president, Donald Trump? Look how he bashed the footballers. He hunted them down. And I kept asking myself, I said, why is this man putting his hand in everything? But it wasn't everything. It was football and big, big, big money. And people losing a lot of money to patriots and getting mad because they pay the footballers in the South and elsewhere a lot of money to train to beat the Patriots. And they did not meet the occasion because General Tom Brady was in command. Ha! So here we are again. It's all down to money business. Anywhere you see my white brothers angry, my white brothers mad, my white brother can't stand something or somebody, it has to do with a lot of money. And somebody is in their way. So here we are again. White Republicans trying to punish black people again because they are the landowners. They have lost a lot of money on black people, young black athletes. See the millions of dollars they lost. What? How many seasons did Patriot win? 5, 6 to become a dynasty? So all of this is payback. And they want their money back. So what they do, stir up America, put Donald Trump there, like he gave them a lot of money. Look at all the money from the stimulus package. Everything went to big company. He told them, yes, you go get your millions. After he signed that thing, you remember that statement Donald Trump made? We listen to the news. Other people don't listen to the news. They think this thing is joke. Because as long as they're getting money and everything rolling, it's all doobie-dabba. But when everything ceases or cease to exist, then you hear people cry, oh, no, God did it, no, black rights. Hey, but right now, everybody's chilling. Only the few people. My people, everybody not out there marching. Everybody not out there demonstrating. That should be. So, it just boils down to the whole thing all over again. All over. You know? But for us who see it every day, for us who feel it, for us who know people that feel these things, that are suffering these pains, it hurts us. Because those pains are pains on humanity. Not only black people, they do that too, but they just do it to black people more. You saw that woman, how they broke her arm, that white woman, how they twisted her arm, threw her on the ground and hang over. That was white woman. They do that too. But the black people, it's just more prevalent with black people because for years we challenge the system. So every little thing we challenge the system and we get beat for challenging the system. Shut up. Yeah. But they do that to white people too. Now, God forbid, I don't know where this Chinese missile will fall. Oh, Lord, you don't bother the Chinese people again. I was just looking at the news and talking about this. I said, oh, Lord, the Chinese people already got problems in our country because this coronavirus. Now, here comes the Chinese missile going out of control, and we don't know where it's going to land. Oh, Lord, don't let it land somewhere and cause deaths and catastrophe. Oh, Lord, no. Let it fall in the ocean. Jesus, send it to the ocean. Because Our Chinese brothers and sisters are the targets of society today. Are the targets. Why? Because when anything go wrong, we target the group. Look at the Muslim. You know, that the racist way, target the whole group. Because everybody wrong. That's not the Christian way. That's not the way they taught us from the Bible, and we later on learn. So why are you doing all this kind of thing here to the Chinese people? We have endured it for 4 centuries, so what the heck? We still used to it. Huh? What? Some of the blame on us too. Our educated people fail to amalgamate and come together. So yeah, we are the wandering tribe too. You know. You see, in America matters. Black people in America matter. Black people were the people that learned first from the white people before the rest of Africa. Yes, they enslaved Africans. They colonized Africa, but they did not have first-hand interaction with Africans. They ruled through indirect rule. They ruled through the chiefs and everybody, so they didn't have any connection with the ruling of Africa on an administrative level. Only brute force when they had to conquer things and suppress people, but everything was handed to the chiefs. And that's why the chiefs today still think they're subjects. No matter what kind of president they got in their country, they are all subjects. So, what kind of freedom Africa will have? We can't have no freedom. But we are the people that brought democracy to Africa. We are the people that first had contact with life with white people. Africans never had it. So when we went back to Liberia, we went back as Americans, not Africans. Africans go on to look for a home in a land that was ours, but we had grown above that land. We had known about God, the word of God, not the tribal local gods in Africa running around there. We had learned about the white man God, the God that empowered the white people to enslave Africa. So all that thing my people talking about African, let's go back to the roots. What we're going back to the roots for? Our gods could not conquer the white people gods. So what the hell we going back to the roots for? For what? To be conquered? All weak people seek empowering gods. All weak people look for more powerful gods. Look at all Jesus Christ is not a God of America or Europe. No, he's the God of the Hebrews in the Middle East. But his religion spread because of his disciples and the people who believe in him, spread it throughout the world. No white man can claim the Christianity for him. No, the Jews not white and they know it. But it's just money and benefits to survive in America. They join the system and perpetrate their way of living. You know, segregation, discrimination, isolation. Those are Jewish ways of living because they have been grown to the custom that they are God people and they are special. So they're not supposed to mix with other people. You see? So that one path, I told you in my writings, there's but one creator and 3 paths: the Jews, the Christians, and the Muslims to God. But you got to choose your path. You know, if you're not born of Abraham, you can't be a Jew. If you do accept Jesus Christ as the Son of God, you can't be a Christian. If you want to be a Muslim, you got to pray 5 times a day and do all the sacraments to clear you to see the God of Israel. And no matter how devout you are, you got to make that pilgrimage. And there's no excuse for it. You don't make that pilgrimage, you're not for Muslim. They can say, oh, you want to do this, you want to do that. No, it's part of the 5 pillars of Islam. You must travel from anywhere in the world to Mecca to honor the Kaaba once in your lifetime. So if you can do that, do it. But you got to follow the tenets. That's why I told you, choose your paths wisely. All 3 are divine paths to the one God who is the creator. Why would 3 religions worship one God? Because he is the creator. And we know he's the creator. But 3 people of the world claiming 3 different paths to that one God. We know that one is divine. You got to be born of the house of Abraham to be a Jew. You got that blood in you. You can claim you Israeli. You can claim you this and that. Anything you want to claim, you will not enter heaven if you got that Jewish blood in you. So we know that. That is scripture. Jesus is the only other way that any person can come to him just by believing. You have only 2 laws, but they're not easy laws. They are very, very difficult laws, just like Islam. Because can you love your neighbor as yourself? Can you love somebody 70 times 70? Can you forgive 70 times 70? Can you turn the other cheek all the time? Those are teachings that we can't. They divide us from the physical world. They put us in a different realm. Because somebody come and kill you, somebody, only a few people who are devout can say, I forgive you, and mean it, and hug you, and say, I forgive you. And it mean nothing to you. Only a few people can do that. But other people want revenge. Other people want vengeance. Other people want payback. You see, and that's what Jesus is not about. Even I who talking to you, man, it's hard. Because sometimes it might not be anything big. But once you say, I will get that person back, you are committing a sin of not forgiving. How big the sin is, that's Jesus' job to analyze and say, oh, it's minor sin, it's big sin. We can't do that. But it's hard. Sometimes people, how you want to beat them so bad. You want to jump on them and tear their hair out of their head, punch their eyeballs out, take the stick and just beat them in the head. You can't do it if you're a Christian. And that's why I'm sitting in the fire. Because we damn if we do and we damn if we don't. We are humans. We are caught in the middle. And all these spiritual things and physical things go on around us. We have no control over them. We have no control over them. So, what we're going to do? What are we going to do? How are we going to change things in our world? And I was talking to my Republican brothers and sisters, Republican Americans. You people got to wake up, man. Y'all got to wake up. And the first thing to show that you're waking up is to stand with Liz Cheney. You can't let that woman go. That woman is talking truth to power. She's standing up on principles that she believes, and all Americans should believe. How many times you will take this one case to court, and the court will throw it out? Republican and Democratic judges threw those cases out. It went to the Supreme Court. They threw it out. What more do you people want? What more y'all want to happen, man? Y'all want Donald Trump to still enforce his will on the American people? And y'all will buy into that? This is insanity. And Liz Cheney is the only one standing up and telling you it's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. You can't debate it. It's wrong. You can't turn over the election for one man and for all these crazy people. For that Taylor woman. For Gates. Those are the people that will turn America over for. You better come to your senses, man. And don't touch Liz Cheney. Conservative, Republicans, you people got to rise up, man. You can't let these people take over your party. Who is this Green Taylor woman? That woman y'all want to see leading America? That kind of woman? Behaving like that? Gates? They accuse him of sleeping with, taking children over the border? Smoking marijuana? Medical weed too, and it pissed me off because he's not sick. And he's depriving the medical people of good weed, taking it over the border, giving it to little young girls and things. This is not right, man. People, the black man like us, would be swung upside down with toes in shackles and knees in shackles. Everything would be in shackles. But the man going around still preaching. Christians don't believe it. Something got to be wrong in this world, man. What's wrong? What's going on? That's Marvin Gaye. What's going on? Something got to be going on, man. Trying to take us back in the 1960s? This isn't right. Okay, that's enough of that. Let me get into my lesson now. Okay, my first topic. Small Peking government in Liberia. Oh, man. Is Cummings in a match for Joe Boikai? Change for hope. CDC logo. We got to change our mentalities for hope to survive through 2023. George, the only thing George, we had our visionary about. We got to change this thing before 2023. You see, they're talking about themselves. So let's get into my lesson. Look, man, we got a lot of kids ruling our country. George Weah's a kid. McGill, he's the only mature buffoon in the government. Then you guys Twe, all of them fighting for power, for recognition. So when George Weah has his celebration, McGill has his celebration, Twe have his celebration, there are 3 holidays right there. Because nobody working. So where our country going to now? Where our country going to? Everybody that's small picking. Everybody small picking government. Look at Koji running around with cutlass and all kind of things like people. How long you will take this thing, my people? How long? You see now, because if I come there will be all they talk. Oh, they call people back. They call people back. They want to take it. They want to do it. They kind of do it and party. That all you be here. Ain't nothing coming out of it. You know, that thing to scare people, like the brights, the turbans, and all. You see them biting their finger on it. Oh, the native people coming. Oh, the native people coming. Oh, that thing have a man like me. You bring that thing around me. They're coming. Yeah. I tired with this thing. I tired with the BS. I tired with the deceitfulness. I tired with your uselessness. From 1980 to today, our country is ruled by uncouth, indisciplined, totally rude people. Look at the soldier, that picture, that video going around on the internet with a soldier so drunk. He go to pee. He falling in his own pee. His own vomit. He falling all over. I told you, my people, in 1980, when I went with my father to Buchanan, Grand Bassa County, where they had the riot before the coup. And my father was sleeping. I left the house and went to the club. And I got to the club. The soldiers were all on the ground, drunk. They were bringing some of them out of the nightclub, toting them and then bringing them and putting them down on the sidewalk because they were so drunk and there was no place in the nightclub. I said, I got there, I saw the guys. I got so mad. Then the guys threatened me. Look, I really want to beat me. Put me at gunpoint. Told me to shut up again. Oh, I saw that thing. I could have gotten killed too because I yelled at those guys. I said, don't you know you guys are soldiers? What you're doing, you're so all drunk on the ground. Oh, get up from here, man. So I left from there. I walked straight home. We were sleeping, me and my father was sleeping in a bungalow. I walked there, I woke him up straight. I woke him up, and that was the first time I told him they were going to overthrow the government. I told him straight. I said, they're going to overthrow you. He said, what are you talking about? What you made an overthrow? I said, the soldiers all on the street drunk. The soldiers are indisciplined. The people can't control the soldiers. Oh, no. I told you that night he called Fairblade. He called, what the boy name? Wilfred Clark. He was national security man. And he called, there were four, I think. He called the boys in the room in a bungalow. See, you come right away. They were pissed off that the minister woke them up in the first place. And second, the other cause of it, all the guys keep up and running, so be sleeping, man. What running to calling us? So I was just looking at the guys. I said, people has pissed off, but national security. Oh, Mr. Minister, don't worry, we got that under control, man. Running, you kind of bad, man. What you do out there this time of the night? I was looking at them. You know, they thought Chesson was going to get mad and all that. Oh, the guy said, what's wrong with these people? What's wrong with these people? And that was the first time. But what has changed? What has changed? Look at our soldiers still getting drunk. I don't care who in the world come and train our soldiers. Our people gotta lead them. And if our leaders are useless, our soldiers will be useless. And who can respect a nation when your military is not disciplined? When your military is not brave? When your military is not patriotic? Who can respect a nation and people like that? Now this thing gone viral. This thing alone to make the AFL soldiers piss off. Because this is bringing them disrepute and shame and disgrace. To see a fellow officer in military uniform that's slopping all over himself, civilians picking him up like a rag dog and they're putting him in the car. Woman too. to see that woman taking that man's feet up and just packing that thing. Man, these people can't make us shame no more, man. These people are idiots. They are drunks. Just we are drunk. The social reflection of the military. I don't know what Prince Johnson doing there. Prince Johnson, what are you doing there, my man? Because I thought you were a stand-up guy. First I thought you were Prince Johnson's son. Then I thought you were a stand-up guy. Daddy boy, just step it on your head, man. Just treating your inmate and military people all kind of way and bringing the shame to you. You the head of all the military, all that security BS. You know? And this what you want called country? We ain't running no damn country. We want a country club. A country club. Okay? So don't fool those people who just coming to Monrovia from Nimba County. Okay? Fool those people who just coming from Grand Jida County from the southeastern region. Don't think you can fool me. Okay? So your little small Peking government you got there running, that thing is a joke. Okay? People don't run government like that, Pekings. You can't have 3 government officials who are the 3 kings in one land. No Peking. You're going to do and the PRC business again. It coming here, it right there. That's no lie. The same thing happened with the PRC. All of them had to do the same thing together because all of them were leaders. And yet the other buffoons, they just 3, and the little kid, Koji, and they coming to destroy our country. So this is my first lesson. Let's go to my second lesson. Is Alexander Cummings any match for Joseph Boikai? That's a good question. That's a very good question. We know Alex Cummings is spending a lot of money in Liberia. We know Alex Cummings is from a big corporation that he has worked with for years, and he's a rich man and all of that because of that. What can Alex Cummings do for Liberia? That's the question. What did Donald Trump do for America? Because you're talking about people with money and experience, they're the same 2 people came to the presidency. I told you, I heard Alex Cummings speak, he doesn't want to punish Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. He got a notion that we must forget it, and I can't forget it. Right there, he will offer my radar. So what can he do for the other Liberian people? What can he do? Nobody questioning Alex Cummings' ability to transform things, to even be a leader. Nobody questioning him. But leaders are evaluated based on their area of expertise. And the president of Liberia is not Alex Cummings' area of expertise. It's not. It's not. The ramifications are too complex. The different things coming to you are too complex. It's not like a company where you're working for people where they can fire you anytime they want to fire you without excuse. Based on your performance, they take time where you say, go. You can't say, I will do this, I will do that. Except you make sure you got tenure, seniority, all those kind of things, and you are discriminated against. But if they lay you off, and that's how they do, no matter how perfect you are, they just make that position redundant. You're gone. And when you go, they bring you in back in some other name or some other performance duty. And they hire people on it again. So when you're dealing with a corporation like the Coca-Cola company and all these private corporations, the managers have greater leeway and control over the employees. And you see, that's why makes people successful sometimes. When you in those kind of companies and when you can fire people, you can change the name of the positions, you can make it redundant. All those kind of things empower you, give you problem-solving solutions. You see? And keep the owner of the company in charge of the company. So whether there are unions or not, the company still has a great level of control. But when you come into the government, a government like Liberia, which has no system at all, our political system is totally broken down. Cummings is now a politician. He's not even a societal leader. He's not. Leading a corporation, you may never have to come to a meeting in the public. You never have to come to a speech. You can send somebody, you can dedicate somebody. But when you're the president of a country, everything falls on your head and our country, Liberia especially, where our presidents have interfered in people's houses, in people's families, and all that to solve problems. How do you continue this thing in a modern government? How do we change all these ill practices that not only relates to the government, but to the people themselves too? People complaining about everything to the leader. Oh, leader, what this, what this? And you got to be a leader. You got to know when to say no and when to say yes. And remain firm on it. Because Liberian people will always test you. They will always test you. You and I said no to this thing and we stay. No. They will always come back. And you got to know the people you're dealing with. If you don't know your people you're dealing with, how will you lead your people? How will you lead your people? You can. And that's why Cummings cannot lead Liberia alone. He got to hang on Ellen Salif and all of them and the group of Congo people to lead them. They got to hang on them. Because he said, no, he can't rule Liberia alone. So he need that support. But, see, nothing wrong with your leadership. But when you don't punish people, I can't work for you. You see all the corruption in your country. You see all the stealing the people have stolen from our country for years. We're losing. Then Ellen then sat down there and reached himself like hell. We're losing. We're losing. And they can't just get away and make their family rich while the rest of the Liberian people suffer. That's not fair. Ellen Johnson not only getting rich, Ellen Johnson selling not only getting rich off of the Liberian people or a certain group. No, she's disparaging our whole nation, man, making all of us poor and impoverished because she's slack on the job. She got weak on the job and she laid her head down. For that, somebody got to be accountable. You can't take our government job and turn it into a private thing or have family running it like that, their private business. We can't. So, where do Joseph, Boikai, and Cummings stand? Where they stand? It's a tough choice. It is a tough choice. It is a tough choice. Why? Because unlike Cummings, Boikai leadership is in question too. Because I look at Boikai, I look at Cummings. Yes, Cummings got his problem. And my problem with Cummings, my only problem with Cummings he won't start over. And we can't start over. We can't. There's no way we'll start over. So right there, he ordered the book. Because anything he does for Liberia will be to not punish Ellen Johnson Sirleaf for her children. Somebody got to be punished. Ellen can't just run from our country that come in and give her a blank checkbook. Then she leave us in debt with a dummy for president. Now, Boikai say you didn't serve in government for that long, for 40 years, you were ambassador, blah, 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 whatever it is. Boikai got faults, man. Boikai's an old man. Who behind him? Who pulling the string when he not pulling it? Who's that? What about name? Sarjoni and all the other guys. We ain't gonna take at that BS. So who's gonna be with Joe Boikai making decisions on all the things? And secondly, Joe Boikai is obsolete. I don't care what you say, because look at what happened in Liberia. Joe Boikai just bought a ferry. And he told Casa he's paid $83,000 for it, and he buying it for River Cess, or for the Cestos River, or whatever it is. And look, man, we tired of people doing things by themselves. We tired of the Fala. We tired of the Prince George. We tired of all these people buying things for themselves, for the Liberian people. What are we, man? What are we? Our leaders got to bring our people together. I alone, you piss me off. I will go and buy 2 ferries for the Providence Island right now. Don't piss me off. I will go buy 2 ferries for the Providence, but I'm not doing it. Because if I do it, you will say, Congo man buy a boat and Joseph Boikai buy a ship. No, I ain't doing it. Because I won't get pissed off. You think people can buy a ferry for you? That's not the concept. The concept is to bring people together and empower them to rise up and put their own money there and contribute and help and work and help. Yes, you can build it up if it's short, but you can take $83,000 and go buy the boat yourself. So who are you going to name the boat after? It can't be United Party because they didn't buy it. Or will the government or people buy it? But you see, these are the same things we're blasting the current government leaders for not promoting and encouraging collective activities among the people. How you will go and buy things and say you did it. So we're not working for Joe Boikai. Joe Boikai working for us. We can't be greedy. Our leaders got to prove their leadership. And not by buying boats or building schools and things like that, by bringing us together. Are they capable to bring us together to make us do things that we did to Darrell Dillon? Everybody gave Darrell Dillon money because of his character, because he's a leader, because people believe in his leadership. They gave him money. But how many people will give Boikai money like that? How many people will give Boikai money like that? How many people will give Cummings money like that? Cummings already got money. You see? But people didn't give Darrell Dillon because he didn't have money. They gave it to him because of his stance against corruption, against stealing, against deception and lies. That's why people give that man money. And I still pissed off with him because he hasn't accounted for how much money he received. He's just saying, oh, people did this for him, did that. But he hasn't told us how much that money he received. We know he himself was giving money out to people to do things. But at least make an attempt to give us an amount of a report. But this is where we stand on our government. Cummings don't want to punish. He wants to start over. We can't start over. We can't start over. We don't know where Boikai stands, man. I really don't know. So I think we better wait until we get closer to 2023 to start making determinations of who we're going to side with. Because right now we are a little far away from the voting in 2023, and everybody coming up with things they will do. Boikai giving a new boat today or tomorrow. We'll see what they will name it, how it will serve the people, how they will sustain it. Because you need pilots, you need trained people to run the ferry. So we'll see all of that. There are many challenges ahead of my people. There are many challenges. And that's why my last topic is change for hope. Although that is the the CDC logo right now, change for hope. I don't think they meant that. But right now, we got to adapt that motto, that motto, because we got to change. We got to change if we want to give our children hope for the future. We got to change 2023 and beyond. We got to make our children understand the values of things in our community that matter. Family, friends, working together, collectivism, bringing our people together to participate in things together, to feel like family and friends working together, to understand what it means to serve in the capacity with others, to be a leader of others, to teach and guide others. And until we learn these things, we may know them. Our father can teach it to us. Our sisters and brothers can teach it to us. Unless we are experienced in working hands-on, many of these things we can't succeed in. So before we go into 2023, we need a change for hope. Are you ready? Are you a Liberian patriot who will stand on the foundation of patriotism, of loyalty? When we get all those things, then we start looking at justice, prosperity, and all those kind of things. We got to know who we are first. We got to decide who we are and whether we will work with one another. And when we decide these things, then those things enable us to open our vision and our minds to understand the bigger things. Let me just take a few minute break and drink on my coffee.
Hello, and welcome to the Pepperbird Magazine. Did you know that the Pepperbird Magazine has been in existence for over 25 years, and we're still going strong? I invite you to take an ad on our internet magazine, which is very, very useful during COVID days. So please, give us a call. We'll come and have a quick chat with you and video you and your business. Look at the number below.
So there are a lot of challenges facing Liberia and Liberian people today. Our nation is at a crossroads where we must choose leaders who can repose our trust and confidence in, not only to build our nation, but to set standards and principles of law and order, of punishment of crimes, and setting standards for us to look back to as precedents, to guide us. Because if we don't lay foundations that demonstrate the workings of our laws, the working of order and discipline in our society, and the reaction of our people based on public policies, based on laws and principles to the ills of our society, with a desire to change them permanently. So if we don't go with that zeal to make positive changes in our community, everything we do is superficial, is frivolous. It will take no root. And will not be men and women of vision, of farsightedness, of wisdom, of dreams, or even of the third eye. No. That's what it is, vision, the third eye. Seeing things, looking at what is now, and be able to envision where this thing will be in the next 10 years, or that's near future, or in the next 50 years, that distant future. So, like me, I can just look at things and think it will not work. Why? It's not because I got voodoo. It's not because I got juju. It's because I've done that area before. I dealt with those things before. And no matter how educated we are, or how erudite, or smart, or wise we are, it didn't work. So as a wise man, when you say, Chesson, we're going to do this, let's try this. And I look at it and I say, no, that thing will not work. How you know? Because I've tried something like that. I've tried a similar thing. I got experience with it. I got experience working with other people, with Liberian people, and their attitudes and their behaviors. If you don't know it, how you be deceived time and time again. That's what we have been through in Liberia. We're just going through the same cycle over and over. Because when you destroy a whole nation, like we did in 1980, it takes years to rebuild that nation, especially when you kill all of the educated people, all of the wise people. Then you got a bunch of young kids to lead a nation. And this is where we are now. And Ellen Johnson Sirleaf is supposed to be the mother of the nation. But she doesn't know Liberia. She herself don't know Liberia. So she brings the same talk teaching, the same talk teaching, the same people she killed. That's the only teaching she knows for leadership. And this is why our country failed. Because if we have real men, Ellen Johnson will know that to build a nation, you cannot just deal with one sector. You got to be wholesome. You got to include the military, the police, every sector of our country. You develop it. So she sat there for 12 years and never developed our security sector. And now the same women she's going to protect cannot be protected because she left the security sector vacant. She didn't train the men. She didn't discipline the men to show them that they got to give our women rights. They got to give our women respect. They got to protect their homes and their wives. Ellen Johnson didn't do it. So here we are now, the women still got the problems of homelessness, violence, abuse, fatherless children. So we got to take the stand for the future. What is the change for hope of 2023? We must decide that. We must lay the foundation and pray that our children will follow course, will be blessed to understand that everything we do for them is not in vain. That we provide for them now so they can pay it forward. So they can take care of us and then learn that even if we don't make it for them to take care of us, they know that what we did for them is significant to doing it for others. Because a community cannot live with selfish people. A community cannot live with greedy people. A community cannot live with self-seeking people. When we live in a community where there is light, we are all drawn to protect each other. Because if we lose the light, we know what it is being in darkness. We are light. So we've been there before. And now our children are being born in darkness because there's no true light. But when they get that true light, and we instill in them the principles they need to understand that to get lights, to get decency, to get law and order, those are things that don't come free. They got a price to them. They got a divine and physical price to them. Because if you play the fool, you can get used like the fool. That's my class, young children. That's my class. We can't have small Peking and ruling Liberia who don't know about government. They go there with their selfish, self-centered greediness. Now they're running our country like that, they're social club. We can't have 3-4 presidents in our country. Everybody will have big party and holiday for themselves. This is childishness. This is childishness and not in the best interest of a united Liberia. Our leaders today who want to be leaders tomorrow, who want to be presidents and vice presidents tomorrow, you got challenges before you. Your challenge is to have the ability to unite Liberian people. You can go buy all the yachts you want, buy all the ferries, buy all the planes. If you do not have the ability to bring the people together, you will not have the ability to set standards for changes in the future. Change for hope in 2023. Have a good day.
Liberian people,
Peace and unity is all we want.
I feel like we don't reach my world.
All over Liberia.
Liberia, this is Liberia. Struggle to survive. We will never be somebody to survive. Never go still to survive. Struggle.
We have to struggle to survive. We will never be somebody to survive. And we will never go still to survive. But we will struggle on our own.
People struggle,
but they know rich they wanna food it. Many people fight it over, they know rich they wanna food it. For you and I, know rich they wanna food it. Boys and so you can never pick and choose. No dey la papa God, you never pick and choose. It's way for you, you do it for me. But no one knows.